Hi Libra, welcome to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth and I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot reader. This is going to be a general reading for you guys from the dates between the 19th of June and the 3rd of July. The first week I'm going to pull 6 cards initially. The first 3 are going to be for this first week, 19th to the 26th, and the second 3 cards are going to be related to the 27th, or the second week, the 27th, the 3rd of July. Okay, I'll pull supporting cards as necessary, and Tiny isn't here, so he might get up on my knee in a minute. I think he wants to get up on my knee. I'll keep that to one side. Right, so we'll pull the first 3 cards. 2, 3, and then the second week is there. And that one's, oh gosh, they want to come out as well for some reason. Sometimes it comes like that. Sometimes you just get your 6, and then other times loads of cards come out. And I don't know, but I feel I'm drawn to these 3 cards. Okay, so we've got the Ace of Pentacles, we've got the 2 of Wands, and we've got the 8 of Cups. Well, I mean, it's quite obvious. Well, for me, that's obvious. This is for someone. This message. It might not be for all of you, but it's for someone. And it wanted to come out. Some of you are going to be walking away from the. Some of you have been hurt actually quite badly. And you in a very emotionally draining situation, and it's about time that you're moving away from that situation. Okay, that's what the 8 of Cups represents here. We're moving. Because of the suffering though, and the pain that you've been going through, and the worry and the heartache and the sadness that you've been going through, you know, you've really created a new opportunity for yourself. Okay, you've created a new opportunity for yourself. You've got the whole world in your hand here, Libra. Okay, and you are moving towards something new, and it could be a relationship for some of you. It could be a new job for some of you. It could be a whole new world that you're going to be moving to. You could be moving city, could be moving country even, to start a new opportunity. And it might be because of the ending of a relationship. It might be because or that you've been in a really dissatisfying job, a job that's been really draining for you. You've been in a very uncomfortable situation, and now you're like, do you know what? I want a new start, and you're offered a new start, and the reason you're offered a new start is because you recognise the suffering that you've been going through. You've actually realised that actually I have been suffering. It's not been whether it's been work or relationships or whatever it's been, you know, it's been something that's been a real struggle for you, Libra. And I think, you know, you've had some really challenging energy. You've had some really challenging energy. I'd really quite like to look at the astrology actually a bit closer for you, Libra, but I can't do that now. But you've had some really challenging energy this year. There's been quite a lot of have to have been a lot of reflection, a lot of self-reflection on yourself, and you're starting to become a bit more conscious and a bit more aware of your place in the universe, and of you know, the people around you and the relationships that you've made and that you're a part of. It's as if there's been an awakening for some of you, actually, an awakening spiritually for some people this year. And, you know, that spiritual awakening, you know, whether it's just, you know, I don't know, something has precipitated that, something's started that process for you. But whatever it was, it doesn't really matter, because you actually realised that you were unhappy and unstable. This first week anyway, we've got, so this week, 19th, from the 19th, we've got the 2 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles, I mean, I never look at this, but, you know, in the background here, we've got ships going off, and in the background, and it could be that some of you are weighing up whether to stay or go, whether to live in this country or go work in another country and live and work in another country. This relationship or another relationship. There could be distance involved, actually, and I don't usually notice the water, but here it's really calling out to me. So for some of you are going to be moving. Some of you are going to be moving distances, and again, we've got the movement in the cups, in the 8 of Cups, but also he's holding the world in his hand. These cards wanted to come out first of all, so they must be for this week. Libra. So for some of you, you could be weighing up your options this week. about staying or going, about ending and beginning, you know, ending something and beginning something. And everything's up in the air at the moment, and it could be a new opportunity could come in, and it could have come out of the blue, and the opportunity is what you've been waiting for, but not really what you expected, but you know, you are wanting to move towards it. You're weighing that up, okay? But there's commitments that you already have, whether it be to a person or a job or whatever. There's commitments that you already have, and it's about, you will have to make a decision, and you will have to move away from one thing and towards something else. But the thing is, the outcome in a way doesn't even matter. The outcome, you know, where you'll be in 5 years if you make the decision, that's not by that's by the by. For you, it's the doing. You've got to make a choice, Libra. You're being encouraged to make a choice, to make a decision that's for you alone, for your best. Some of you could be, there's no earth signs, well actually there is earthy. Some of you could be dealing with a Virgo. There was a similar sort of, not similar, totally different cards really, but a similar theme. And for some reason it just drew me back to that reading, Libra. But you've got to make a choice, a decision, and it's in making that decision that things will change for the better, even if the decision on paper doesn't seem plausible, or even if the decision on paper next week it all falls through. It doesn't matter. What matters is the decision. It's you taking decisive action toward the thing that you want in your heart for your highest good, whatever you believe that to be. This decision is going to be something that is protected by this. So it's not failure. As I said, it's like saying, oh my god, like it's like saying this. It's like you work for Microsoft, and you've worked for Microsoft forever and ever and ever, and then there's a brand new computer software company called, I don't know, Athos. I've just made it up off the top of my head. And Athos said to you, come leave Microsoft and come and work for us at Athos. And you're umming and ahhing, and you said, you know what, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go work for Athos. And you go work for Athos, and you quit your job at Microsoft, you sell your house, you da-da-da. And you're working for Athos for 3 months, and then Athos goes belly up. And you think, gosh, why did I leave Microsoft? Because you were meant to leave Microsoft. So what I mean is, it's the decision that you make and not necessarily the outcome that matters. What matters is that you are decisive in your decision, because that is the growth. That's the karma. That's what you need. And it's protected by the star. You know, when we have the star card, it's something it's destined. It's written. It's written in the stars. But more than that, you feel the draw. You feel the draw. And I think that sometimes you want to have the draw. You want to be drawn to go to work for Athos. But you want to know that you've got the guaranteed, you know, that you've got the money going to come in, or you've got the security going to come in. And let me tell you this, even if Athos fails, it's what's right for you. It's what's right for you. It's what's good for you. Now, I would say it's hard to say to you, don't make any hasty decisions, because it's kind of out of your control, really, in a way. The fact is, you've got to take control of what is in your heart. You know, you've got to move toward that. You've got to move toward what is in your heart, what is in your soul, what you think is best, regardless of the logic. And that is what this is. Now, this is, you know, being, you know, it's like saying it's a warning. This card, it can be a warning. You know, it's about less haste. You know, it's about don't be rash in making your decision. Don't run into something. You know, don't go work for Athos without making a decision. But even if you do, it's written in the stars. You know, You've got to make a choice, because it's the choice that has the power. It's not the decision in itself. It's not the, oh, I'm going to work for A and not B. It's not that. It's not, oh, B is going to be more successful than A, so brilliant. It's the fact that you have to make a choice. You're being encouraged, Libra. You've been asked to step up. You're really going through. Some of you will have no clue what I'm talking about, but some of you really will understand. This is a spiritual. This is and it manifests in practical ways in your life, but it's a real journey of self-discovery that some of you have been on, Libra, and for these people it is. Let's continue with this next week that's coming up. So we've got some solidity coming in and some security coming in. For some of you it could be love, some of you it could be work. You know, you're being asked to, as I said, make a decisive, you know, you're being asked to make a decision. Maybe the decision is between love or work. You know, maybe you're in a relationship, and you have to move to be in this relationship, or you have to go. So I just looked at the time then, and it was 1-1-1-1, so that's good. Some of you are going to be starting something new or wanting to start something new, whether it's going to be love related or work related. You know, pages are messages and messengers. So the messages of love, or it's receiving a message of love, or receiving a message about work or money or finances. This is love, relationships, emotion with cups. So for some of you, it's a new start. It's a new beginning. You're being asked to do that, but it's almost like there's a choice. For some of you, it's a choice between turning your back on love and going toward, which sounds really strange. You know, some of you could have been in a relationship, and you could have been, but it could be a difficult one. It could be, I'll clarify. I've got 4 minutes to clarify. Some of you, it could be a marriage, you know. The Hierophant, you know, this is a card of tradition. You know, this used to be called the Pope, this card. You know, it's a card of tradition, and it's a card of not just on the tradition. It's about knowing the law. It's about knowing these moral values, if you will. It's about those being your guide and your compass, really. About you being guided by morality and by this idea of morality and what's right and what's righteous. Some of you will, it's so strange how, in a way, you're being asked to go against that, which sounds bizarre. But I think in my healing journey, I know what that feels like, you know. Do you know when that phrase, charity begins, there's many phrases, charity begins at home. Well, you know, you say that, but like really you always give to other people because like you want to be generous, because you know that's what's good. It's good to be generous. It's good to give, you know, make sacrifices of yourself for other people. You know, that's what's right. That's what's righteous. But actually, no, it's not. I mean, it seems like it is, but actually it's a lower ego need that's being met. If you're constantly living your life to please the people because other people will think you're good, or other people will think you're nice, or other people will think you're generous, then that's meeting a lower ego need. That's like saying, well, it secretly makes you feel good that other people think that you're a saint. And really it feels like the universe is saying, don't worry about other people thinking you're a saint. Don't worry about other people thinking that you're this amazing person. You just be you. You just do you. What's in your heart. Because whatever decision you make, and it's the decision, it's the act of making a decision, making a choice, that you're protected. And it's written in the stars. And the universe is saying to you that it's about walking away from something and towards something else. You know, you're going through a healing journey, and it's convoluted and it's complex, and it's one that a lot of people don't even understand when they're walking on it. But some of you do. You know, some of you do understand when you're walking on it. Some of you do understand, and you know, the ones of you that do understand what I'm blooming talking about, you're getting it. You're on this journey now, and it, you know, maybe it's about releasing the shackles of the things that we are you know, releasing the shackles of the things that we are used to, the things that keep us prisoner and bound, when it's really just someone else saying, oh, well, that's what's good for the world, or that's what's... No. And it's not having this, it's about having your own stability and building your own security yourself, coming up with your own rules. It doesn't mean that you should start going out and start bloody, you know, looting the place and saying, I'm going to do what I want, I'm going to murder, and I'm going to... Sorry, I've been watching Dexter. Last week I was ill and I was watching... I literally watched like 4 series of Dexter, and it's amazing. I finally got to the end of it. Anyway, so that's why the serial killer thing came off in my head. And the Handmaid's Tale, by the way. Oh, I'm just starting watching that. Anyway, so I'm all in that sort of gruesome... This is literally like the Handmaid's Tale. Like all this gruesome frame of mind. But it's about saying, you know, release... You know, you're in this society. Literally now I've said the Handmaid's Tale. Look at these cards if you've watched it with these gowns. And I know these aren't women, but it's like you've been, as in handmaids, in the story if you've read it or watched it. Can you see all those though? It's as if you are stuck in this dystopian society, in this life that you think is appropriate, like the Handmaid's Tale by Atwood. Oh, I've learnt the best word, palimpsest. I love that word, and I learnt that. It's on the second page of Handmaid's Tale, the book. Anyway, it's as if you've been living in this dystopian society where everyone's telling you, this is what you must do. You must serve this. You must do this. This is what's right for the world. It's best for everyone. The universe is saying to you, sorry, fuck that. Like, you've got to build your own foundations. You've got to come up with your own structure of your life, what it is you want, Libra, because you're now being encouraged to make that choice and make that decision and be decisive and say, I need to go to what... This is what I've been taught, but this is what I truly believe and this is what I truly want. And it's about... You can choose any of the options. You can choose to continue down the this is what I've been taught route and this is what I'm used to route. You can choose to do that. And you won't be hurt by it, but just know that behind him, for some of you, behind that is this, and it's keeping you stuck, and it's mental, it's in your mind, and it's not necessary to be stuck like that. This next 2 weeks for you, Libra, is about making a choice. So what are you going to listen to? I don't know whether you it doesn't matter if you read the Bible or not. There's a quote, a passage: no man can serve 2 masters. So it's about time now that you choose who you're going to serve, Libra. Are you going to serve what you think you should do, what you've been taught to do, or are you going to serve what is truly in your heart, what is truly gonna make you happy, regardless of how that... And I know that sounds selfish, doesn't it? Regardless of what other people think and feel, but at the end of the day, no one's bothered about you. Excuse me. And what I mean by that is, if you're going to bed at night feeling like this, you're the only one who can stop yourself from feeling like this and from thinking like this. Only you. And the actions you take and the things that you do for yourself. You're the only one. So, you know, I hope that was a good reading for you. I feel really strongly that some of you have been really going through a real healing journey, and that continues for this next 2 weeks. Know that the Star card is here. You know that the Ace of Pentacles is here, so a new beginning's coming. You've got healing, we've got a new beginning, and it's your choice. That's what this next couple of weeks is about. Which master will you serve, Libra? Okay, I hope that was informative for you. I hope that you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for your support and love so far, guys. If you want a personal reading, I put a little video up which explains it all, so just check that out. And if you book before the 22nd, I've got a little sale going on. And thank you everyone who already is. I've had a few Libras actually. I've already booked a personal reading for this week. Anyway, thank you for all those people that have booked a personal reading so far. And obviously, I love doing this. I love you guys. It's just been brilliant. So yeah, like, subscribe, etc, etc. Have a wonderful couple of weeks, and I'll see you again next week. It's going to be your July love reading, so come back for that. All right, Libra, thank you so much for your time. Take care. Bye.